Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Mike Letzum here with L&M Lake and Golf Retreat. And I guess everybody knows I've been having a lot of problems with dissolved oxygen or oxygen debt and leaving away from my lake because of how low it is. So I checked the dissolved oxygen level about 3 weeks ago, and it was 4.0, 4.1. So that was within the minimums. That was okay. Anything lower than 2.5, 3, 2.5, I'll put a chart up on here, but anything between like 2 and 3.5 and even 4 milligrams per liter or parts per million of dissolved oxygen in your water is going to stress your fish out. But I got my new dissolved oxygen kit in. My last one broke. The sensor on it broke, so I couldn't take it. So I talked to Garrett, and we need to do this in the mornings. I think it's about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. So what we did is I bought this, the DO 9100. You can get it on Amazon. It's about 75, 85 bucks. You can get them up to, you know, 600, 700 bucks. But for the purpose of what I'm doing right now, I need to test it and see where I'm at immediately to see what's going on, see if it's, you know, below 3. But I still haven't had any bass or perch come up to the top of the water and start chomping on it, you know, gasping for air. And those few bass that have been on the bank, they're actually chasing shad and they beach themselves. This bass fishery is one of our most important things, and I'm on top of it, people, okay? We're gonna be okay. So let's unwrap it, and I'll show you how to use it. So this is the probe right here. This is like the brains of it, okay? And it comes with a battery, and it comes with extra little sensors that go over it, the little caps that go over it. Comes with an instruction manual too, so if you guys get this, read it all. Or you can go on YouTube and watch it, and it'll tell you how to use it as well. This is the electrolyte fill solution for the cap. We're going to take this cap and take it off. It just comes right off, and it has a little not a sensor, but a plug-in right there, a little receptor. Shake up that solution, okay? Then we're going to take this, we're going to take it apart. Unwrap it, little twisty tie on it, straighten this thing out a little bit, okay, straighten it out. And these prongs, this has a 4-hole prong and a slide in it, you can see that, and this does well, so that snaps together. We're going to line it up and push it in, and it snaps together, okay. Now it's all hooked up. This is a little plastic cover, and this is the most important part right here. This is the sensor, and this right here, try not to touch any of these parts except the little knurled part here on the side. So we're going to unscrew this cap, try not to touch any of that stuff, and this is actually the sensor, the dissolved oxygen sensor, okay? Try not to touch that on anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this solution, put about 1/3 to 1/2 full in this cap. This has a little cover on the bottom of it, a little clear cover. So you don't want to touch any part of that cover. All right, so shake it up, and we're going to drop in about 1/3 full to 1/2 full of this solution. You don't want to overfill it, but you don't want to underfill it either. So there we go, we got about right there. Then what we're going to do, we're going to screw this back on there. Try not to touch anything but the knurled parts. Screw it back on. Tight. Whoops. Now what we're going to do is we're going to calibrate this. So we turn it on, just by pushing that button, turn it on, okay? And you can see it going and going and going. It'll go up to 100. That needs to be on percentage. There we go. We're on percentage, okay? So percent of oxygen in this. Takes about close to about 4 or 5 minutes for that to calibrate. Join you again actually when it calibrates, okay? And I'll show you how to calibrate it. Okay, so it's starting to slow down, that percentage, right? Starting to slow down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this mode button and hold it for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to let it go. Then that should flash 100% 3 times. There we go. Now we're calibrated. Now we're ready to go out to the lake. I hope this turns out good. Wish us luck. See you out on the water.
Let's go do it. First place we're going to go is to the point. We'll walk out there about 30, 40 yards. I get in about 1.5 to 2 foot of water. Okay, so I'm gonna aim this down at the ground so you guys can see everything, but we're gonna turn this back on and we're gonna recalibrate it. We're on percentage. You can see it dropping, and we're gonna recalibrate it again before we walk out there. Okay, press mode for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it go. Needs to flash 100% 3 times. There we go. And now we're going to go to milligrams or parts per million. This will also check our water temperature. Okay, we're in about 2 foot of water right now. I'm going to drop it down in right there. I'm going to sit here and read it. The temperature has to stabilize too. It'll go up and down till the temperature stabilizes. Takes it about 5 minutes, so you guys just keep watching. So as you guys can see, this is optimal, and it's probably because of the rain. Okay, probably because of the rain. Temperature is stabilizing because our water temperature is 76 degrees. I checked it yesterday. We're looking at 12.2. We're over where we're supposed to be. Let's go check another one and turn it off. The rain we got this week was helping. And like I said, dissolved oxygen level was 4.0 or 4.1 3 weeks ago. I'm sure it started dropping to probably 3.5 or something like that. That's why the shad started dying. Just the big shad. But let's go check it over at Amen Corner. Welcome back to Amen Corner. Welcome back to Amen Corner. All right, we're going to check a couple of places here. Here we go. This is about 2.5 feet. Dip it down in there. We had what, 12 between 11.8 and 12.2 over there. See the temperature dropping. Sometimes it takes a while, so it looks like we're pretty close to the same as we were over there. We're about the same. We're in the mid 11s. Okay, we're in the mid 11s here. We're gonna go right back over in here and do the same thing. So as you can see, there's no fish. See, there's bass all around here. Bass all around here. So we're gonna let it calm down a little bit. We're in about 1.5 foot of water now. Okay, we're gonna let it calm down. We're gonna drop the probe. Let my feet get settled and all those buttons, all the bubbles. Okay, we're gonna drop the probe right there, about 50 yards away from where we were. Okay, we're staying right there in the mid 11s. 77.7 degrees, same as it was over there 50 yards, and we're locked in right in the mid 11s. All right, let's go test it in another place. back at the point. I'm going to go out here. Okay. It's stabilizing right there at 11.5, 11.4. That's the same reading in every spot. But as you can see, we're going to be we're above 10. Okay? Nothing is showing me that we're below 5 or even 6. The optimal is like 7 to 8 for pure growth. And I'll show you the scale that I got. So we're right there where we need to be. Okay? I don't have any problems. Shut that off. There's no problems with oxygen here anymore. Okay? Now, before the rains, I would completely agree with you guys, because I had shad, but they were the big shad. All of them are big shad, and these are shad. These are the dead shad, the big ones. And now this bass right here, this big old sucker, it was probably 10 pounds, and I lost. That's the only double-digit bass I lost. That's it. And I had like a 7 and an 8. But those things, what happens when they chase shad, it's so shallow, they'll get banked, and they'll swim as fast as they can chasing shad, and they'll beach themselves. So, and you saw in my video that one that beached itself, when I picked it up, it was alive. There was fight in that girl. So deleted oxygen levels is no longer a concern of mine, but I guarantee you I'm gonna start checking a little more often. Well, people, we are all done checking the dissolved oxygen levels in the lake, and I think we're pretty good. Just got off the phone with Garrett. It's a little later in the evening right now. Just got off the phone with Garrett. It all looks good. I sent him some videos. I sent him, you know, a bunch of information that's going on, color of the water, all that kind of stuff, temperature, the readings I was getting, even the meter I was using, and he's very familiar with it. The lake got aerated like a son of a gun because of the rain. It wasn't like a real heavy rain. It was a perfect little slow rain, little drops hitting the water, aerating that water. It didn't put oxygen in the water, it aerated it. Oxygen content, dissolved oxygen content right in there. I'd say, we're gonna say 10.5 to 12. Optimum levels to grow these huge trophy bass. Now, granted, we had some problems. About 2 weeks ago, I had some problems. I'm not saying we didn't, but we didn't lose any big bass, okay? The big bass that were lost were because they were on the bank. They're chasing shad, and they're getting up there on the bank, and it's only like 4 or 5 inches deep, and they beached themselves. Man, I had a really, really educational time bringing this to you guys, and it's just, I'm gonna stay on top of it, okay? I promise. I'm gonna stay on top of it. I am going to do this every week. I'm gonna check the DO levels here. This has been unbelievably educational. And I want to thank everybody for commenting. You know, people saying, no, your lake's turning over. No, dude, you don't know what's going on, or whatever. I want that information. I want you guys to send me that information. I want your feedback, okay? Because I want this to be the best fishery in the United States. So, Lojo, talked to you the other day. We're okay, buddy. Garrett thinks we're going to hang in there and be okay. We got, tomorrow morning, we're supposed to have like 1.5 inches of rain. So the water's cooled down enough right now that it can take that hard rain and be okay. You can look this up on the internet if you want to, but Garrett told me if your water temperature is 87, 88 degrees and it's September, and then all of a sudden you get one of those big, huge storms that just drops 1.5 inches, 2 inches of rain in like 45 minutes or an hour and a half. That rain is cool, and that cold water is dense, and it sinks to the bottom, and it makes that other water come up, and that's how your lake gets turned over. And that's not good, but we did not have that happen. That has not happened here, okay? We were having some oxygen depletion problems because 3 weeks ago I checked it, it was 4.0, 4.1, and I knew something had to happen.
God answered our prayers, gave us the perfect type of rain that we needed to satisfy what's going on here. I love bringing this to you guys. I love each and every one of your comments that you send to me. I'll try to reply to every one of them. Thank you guys for joining me. God bless, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.